in Concord, California. I'm Michael K. Smith, alongside Todd Allen on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And tonight's matchup features the visiting Amador Valley Dons against the host Concord Minutemen. We are under action here. A low squib kick to start this game in which the Concord Minutemen fall on top of just past the 20-yard line. So no pregame. We just kind of said our thoughts before the game, but we definitely will have some time to break some things down. It will be the Concord Minutemen taking to the field for the offensive first duties. And Concord will be led by their very talented quarterback, Wyatt Morrow, who's only a junior. Last year started as a sophomore. And, of course, Olito Thompson. If you don't know his name by now, you will definitely know his name after the game. He has set a bunch of records, not only throughout the Bay Area, but also in California. Wyatt Morrow rolling to his right here on the first play from scrimmage, and he will loft a pass out of bounds behind the Amador Valley Dons bench and almost out to where the cheerleaders are dancing and waving their pom-poms. Other starters for the Concord Minutemen include their wide receiving core, which is Daniel Golden and Jacob Danes. The other running back that will be in the backfield along Thompson will be Waisele Manoa, also known as Y. Their tight end, Brian Maneku. 2nd and 10 here for the Concord Minutemen at their own 23-yard line. It's a give to Olito Thompson, and Thompson has first down yardage as he bursts through the middle and gets into the secondary level of the Amador Valley Dons defense.
I think that's the first of many runs we're going to be seeing from Olito Thompson. That was a simple dive right at the gut and easily picked up 11 yards and a first down for the Minutemen.
Yeah, one of our other broadcasters and analysts here on the Play On Sports Network, Mr. Stephen Davies, told me to get my Olito Thompson call ready. Here's Thompson again on a first down, running to his right, trying to evade tacklers, and Amador Valley's Dons defense doing a good job of not letting him get upfield, making him run to the side. He will get pushed out of bounds. There is no gain on the play. Actually, there is a little bit of a gain. A gain of 2 for Thompson. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now for the Minutemen on their own 37-yard line. 3 receiver look, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Thompson the only back in the backfield with the quarterback Morrow. Morrow swings a pass out to the right, wide receiver screen. And that gets pretty good yardage. That'll be a first down for the Concord Minutemen, that being Daniel Golden.
Nice little screen there from Morrow over to Golden for the first down.
And Concord Minutemen running that minute type of offense here, almost similar to the Oregon Ducks in the way that they run their offense. No huddle, very quick pace. They're looking to score within a minute, just like their mascot would provoke. It's Olito Thompson getting a toss to the left. He thought about throwing it seemed like, when he first got the toss, but runs with a hesitated style of play, kind of letting things develop in front of him. Meanwhile, flags fly, and we'll see what that's for. Sam Peters, the one at the end of it, making the tackle for Amador Valley. Like I said, the refs are going to sort some things out with that flag on the field, and it looks to be maybe a holding call against the Minutemen of Concord.
So far, Amador Valley doing a really good job of stretching coming up and making the play. Actually was held on the play and still made the tackle.
So a holding call it will be. It'll back the Minutemen up quite considerably, and so now they're looking at a 1st and 20.
Still first down.
As we will replay first down. Wyatt Morrow now with Waisele Manoa in the backfield with him, not Olito Thompson this time, and the give is to Manoa, who starts to the middle and then starts running to his right, still on his feet, trying to push past defenders with some power, and he does power past a couple of Don defenders, taking 2 with him as he goes down to the ground and almost getting the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage to make 2nd and 11 now for Concord. Like I said, running the no huddle. 2 receivers to the left this time, 1 receiver to the right. The give is to Manoa once again. Manoa through the middle, pushing Daniel Golden, his receiver, in front of him as Golden was upfield making the block, but Y just running into the back of his receiver, and does Y have the first down? The ref gives the spot just short. It will be 3rd and inches for the Minutemen at the Amador Valley 45-yard line, as the Minutemen now pushing the ball past the midfield line. Morrow in a shotgun set, hands it off to Manoa. to the right, finds a gash, and picks up the first down.
Nice back-to-back-to-back running plays. Just simple draws to Waimanoa. Picks up 10 on first and 20, picks up 9 on second down, and crushes forward for 5 yards in the first down. Keeping it simple, keeping it on the ground, and giving Alito a blow as he comes back into the game for Manoa.
Alito Thompson back onto the field really quickly. The line for the Concord Minutemen. The tackles will be E.J. Garospi and Robert Liu. The guards are Max Mayo and Adrian Rojas. Keenan Mailer, the center. And on a first down give to Alito Thompson. He keeps charging hard up the middle and then bursting to his right before finally getting gang tackled by the men in white and purple out of bounds. The ball started at the 41-yard line, and Alito Thompson will get pushed out of bounds at around.
24-yard pickup for Thompson.
It'll be a 24-yard pickup for Thompson, so that will bring the ball down to the Amador Valley 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Minutemen, and it's Alito Thompson once again slashing to the right side of the field near the Amador Valley sideline.
Sam Peters making the play on defense.
And again, positive yards for Thompson. I bet we'll never see him go down for negative tonight, Alex. I'm sorry, Todd.
261 yards rushing on 11 carries last game, averaging about 25 a carry. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of Alito and a lot of first downs for the Minutemen.
Alito not picking up a first down on that run, but he does get a good gain of yards, a good chunk. He picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Morrow checking to the sideline for the play call here. 2nd and 4 from the 11. It's a give to Alito Thompson. Goes to the left. Thompson still jogging hesitantly, thinking about what he wants to do. As we stated it already earlier so far in this drive, Amador Valley Dons defense doing a good job of pushing Thompson and making him have to choose a side, not really allowing Alito the option to run up the middle through their defense. Manoa now in to spell Thompson as Thompson loses a yard on that carry. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Concord on the Amador Valley 12-yard line. Morrow in shotgun. He's looking to throw to his left. The throw is up and batted away. The pass intended for Alex Bates, and Parker Newman with a good job on the deflection there to knock away what could have been maybe a possible touchdown.
Absolutely. The Minutemen go to the air there, and nice job by Newman staying in front of the receiver and knocking that ball away. Almost came up with the interception.
4th and 5 from the Amador Valley 12. A lot of teams would kick a field goal in this situation, but not Concord. They don't really breed snappers, if you will. Long snappers or field goal snappers. And it's a toss to Manoa on a 4th and 5. And does Manoa have the first down?
I don't think he got it, Michael.
I don't think so neither.
Nice job by the Minutemen, by the Amador Valley Dons stretching that play out, and looks like he stopped him short on 4th down, and Amador Valley will take over.
Yeah, and that's just a weird play call on a 4th and 5. I would have opted to pass had I been Concord, but they felt that they had the advantage with Manoa getting a toss. It wasn't meant to be. Turnover on downs, and so now Amador Valley with the ball deep in their own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 10. They're led by their talented quarterback, senior Kyle Moreno. Moreno with the shotgun snap. He's looking to pass first play, and he throws one that's an easy interception for Concord. It's Daniel Golden who picks it off on the left side of the field and runs to the right side. And so Kyle Moreno, who looked sharp last week against the Freedom Falcons, does not look sharp on his first pass play. That one was an easy interception right into the hands of Daniel Golden, who has a pretty good return at the end of it.
Yeah, Wyatt Morrow wanted to take advantage of the turnover on downs by the Dons, and unfortunately threw that one into coverage and an easy interception, and that's got to be really disheartening for the defense. Getting a big stop on 4th down and having to come right back on the field and make a play.
So Concord getting the ball right back after one play, and it's a screen set up for Alito Thompson off the pass from Morrow. And Thompson pushed out of bounds after about a gain of 4.
Excuse me, Wyatt. I gave you credit for that interception. That was Kyle Moreno's first pass being intercepted by Amador Valley.
Speaking of Amador Valley, let's talk about their starters on the defensive side of things. They run 2 linemen out there, that being Jesse Cerdas and Nate Vickers. Linebackers Kyle Greenan, Sam Peters, Grant Miller, and Josh Hardy. And another pass here after 2nd and 7. And it's Daniel Golden, the recipient of that wide receiver screen to the left side of the field. So Daniel Golden looking to be the man that Morrow feels most comfortable passing to out of all his receivers so far. He has got the most looks. And Morrow picks up 2 yards on that wide receiver screen. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Minutemen at the Dons 24-yard line. Morrow in a shotgun with Y. Manoa directly behind him. The give is a delayed give to Manoa, and Manoa is wrapped up early by the term I like to call in the 2009 fall season, the Purple People Eaters of Pleasanton.
Yeah, good job of gang tackling there on Amador Valley, holding them to a short gain, and I'll bring up another 4th and 4.
And Y. Manoa comes up holding his wrist there at the end of the play. Hopefully he isn't injured seriously, because Manoa is a guy that they're going to need on both sides of the field. 4th and 3, Olito Thompson in the field for Manoa, and Thompson is stopped. He will not pick up the first down, and so Concord, 2 drives. Both drives end up in a turnover on downs. And Todd, I was going to say this in the pregame, there was one team that held Olito Thompson to under 100 yards last year, and that team was the Amador Valley Dons. He was held to 93 yards in that contest on 22 carries, I believe.
Yeah, and you can see why this defense for Amador Valley Dons, they really love to gang tackle, and they are not intimidated by Olito Thompson in the least bit. They take over on offense now.
Yeah, 26 carries for 93 yards in what was a 14-12 victory for the Amador Valley Dons last year. And so Amador will hand off on their first play of scrimmage here from their second drive offensively. Their first drive stalled on a one-and-done interception from Moreno into the hands of Daniel Golden. So this time they decide to make sure to try to sure-hand it on a run to the left, make that the right side. As Amador Valley marching eastward here on this field, they pick up 3 on the run. It'll be 2nd and 7. 4 receivers set for Moreno, who's in the shotgun. He has a back behind him, that being Peters. The delayed fake from Peters, and Moreno keeps it. And a good deceptive play there from the Dons, Todd, as I thought for sure he was going to give it to Peters, but instead Moreno took it himself, and that's one thing they like about Moreno. He can pass and he can run.
Yeah, the EBA All-Row mentioned quarterback last year, Kyle Moreno. A good job there getting the first down, letting your defense get a rest, and that's a huge thing for the offense right now. Get a little bit of momentum going, keep the defense off the field for a little while, put a few first downs together and see what can happen.
Twin set to the right here, 2 backs in the backfield along with Moreno. And the give is going to go to one of their running backs. I believe that was Alejandro Apodaca getting the carry there. Yes, it was Apodaca getting the carry, 5'10", 175-pound senior. He'll pick up maybe a yard on the play. It will be 2nd and 9.
A lot of seniors on this Amador Valley offense here.
Some of their other skilled players, Justin Cruz, Grant Miller, Kyle Greenan, Parker Newman, and Dominic Ashley, receivers and tight end. It's Moreno looking to the air here on a 2nd and 9. The pass is complete to the left side of the field, number 14, Justin Cruz.
And a big hit by Alex Bates of the Minutemen to hold them to just a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Dons.
3rd and 5 from their own 40-yard line, and their offensive line will look like this. Left tackle Travis Chubb, left guard James Moore. The center is Josh Pease, right guard Jesse Cerdas, and right tackle Nate Vickers. Moreno calling out plays to his teammates right now. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left, and the running back being Peters in the backfield. Moreno, quick release out to the left side, and that pass is dropped by number 20, that being Kyle Greenan. I don't think he was ready for that pass from Moreno, Todd.
Yeah, I had a little bit too much mustard on that one. Didn't look like that play was going to work too well from the get-go. I think that the Minutemen snuffed that play out, and it looks like we're going to have an Amador Valley punt here on 4th and 5.
4th and 5, clock stops with 3:35 left to go here in the first quarter from Concord High School. It is a scoreless game here Both teams getting to drive twice, and both teams stalling on their 2 opening drives. It will be the quarterback, Moreno, to punt, and a pretty good punt, which takes a Dons bounce and stops at around the 20-yard line of Concord. So with 3:24 left to play in the first quarter, like I said, we're sitting in a scoreless game. I'll turn it over to Todd Allen for a couple of announcements.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
All right, thank you, Todd. Back to the play, the action in play. It's Morrow here on a 1st and 10 from his own 20, rolling to his left and flinging one out for his receiver, Jacob Daines, who makes the catch on the run in stride and gets pretty good yardage.
9-yard pickup.
It'll be a 9-yard pickup, so a yard shy of the first down there. Concord, like I said, I like that play, having Morrow on the run.
Nice little pitch and catch there.
In the shotgun set once again. This time it's a give to Olito Thompson, and Thompson
Crossing the 30 to the 32.
will get past the 30-yard line, which will spell a first down for the Minutemen.
Down by Josh Hardy.
It'll be Josh Hardy making the tackle.
At the 33, first down, Concord.
And speaking of Josh Hardy, he is one of 4 linebackers on the field for the Dons defense. He'll be joined by Kyle Greenan, Sam Peters, and Grant Miller. Like I said, Sarah and Vickers, the D lineman. Dominic Ashley also out there as a linebacker from time to time. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line for Concord, and the give goes to Olito Thompson again, this time to the right side of the field. Thompson with minimal yardage on that run.
Defense led by Jordan Mass.
And the other secondary members for Amador Valley starting secondary will be Parker Newman and Colin Miller at the cornerback positions. Justin Cruz and Jimmy Ferreira are your safeties for Amador Valley. 2nd and 8 for the Minutemen at their own 35-yard line. Coming up close to 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Morrow rolling out, trying to elude tacklers, looking for blocking and cannot get it. Nice pursuit there on the play by one of the members of the Pleasanton Purple Leaders. That's what I call that front 4 for Amador Valley, that being number 75, Jesse Cerdas making the tackle, one of the nose tackle for the Dons.
Yeah, man playing both ways. Jesse Cerdas did not give up on that play and chased down the quarterback for a nice sack.
Ball at the 33.
Concord looking a little lost here out on the field. They don't know what they're going to do. Morrow now checking his play call sheet on his left wrist. And now Concord, or make that Amador Valley, will be forced to take a timeout with 1:37 left here in the first quarter. That's the first timeout taken by either team in this contest. 0-0 is your score. And Todd, you got something to say?
Yeah, I do. PlayOn Sports is now on Facebook, Michael, and Twitter, giving you news and information and links and great highlights. Follow us on PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
All right, thank you, Todd. Talked about that matchup from last year at Amador Valley. No stats for anyone from Amador Valley. Couldn't find it, but as Concord goes, like I said, Olito Thompson, 26 carries, only 93 yards. No scores for him on that evening. Both scores came via the air game as Wyatt Morrow went 9 of 19, threw 3 interceptions, but did have 2 touchdowns, those both going to Jacob Smith, who had himself a pretty good night, the senior receiver last year, 7 catches for 95 yards. 3rd and 10 for the Minutemen at their own 32-yard line. Olito Thompson getting the handoff and is swallowed up by the Purple People Eaters once again.
Not fooled on that 3rd down dive play. Tried to stretch it out wide, and number 20, Kyle Green, came up and just wrapped him up and put him down, and the rest of the Purple People Eaters took him out. And forcing another punter, a long 4th down here. Michael, let's see what they do.
And you really have to love the fact of how Amador Valley has strategized throughout the week. They have really watched their film and studied how you can stop Olito Thompson. He has had some big runs here and there, but overall he has been stopped. And so Concord, for once, does punt the ball. The ball will sail out of bounds and stop the clock with 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Like I said, a scoreless game. And now Amador Valley looking for their third time to be a charm offensively as they take to the field. Their first offensive drive of the game was stalled on the first play from scrimmage as quarterback Kyle Moreno lofted an easy interception into the hands of Daniel Golden. And then the second drive was stalled on a third down, so they had to punt.
Starting in Minutemen territory here, trying to get something going.
Yeah, Moreno starting from the 45-yard line of Concord, and he calls his own number, the quarterback keeper, to the right side of the field. And so Kyle Moreno doing a good job of seeing what was out there defensively for Concord and knowing how to get around that. He's a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Dons as Moreno marches him down to the Concord 36-yard line. Clock ticking away, 15 seconds now left here in the first quarter. Moreno looking back and giving instructions to the man in the backfield with him. And now Moreno having to get away from some heavy pressure by Concord. Can he elude? The Magic Man stays on his feet, and then is brought down right at the end to end the first quarter. As that'll be Roger Blackburn, senior defensive lineman, making the tackle. That will be considered a sack as there was a loss of yardage on the play as Moreno kind of scrambling backwards for a minute. I thought he was going to become like Houdini on that play, and he almost did. But then at the last minute, as he was starting to gain momentum upfield, got tackled for a loss of 5. So that will end things here in the first quarter. Scoreless game from Concord between two of the best teams you're going to see in the North Coast section this year. I have a feeling, I know it's an early sample size, both teams undefeated, however, though, 1-0 after some big-time wins a week ago. And so, like I said, 0-0 at the end of one. You're listening to the broadcast here on PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night action, but also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. Looked like Kyle Moreno was trying to do a little Terrell Pryor impersonation there, didn't he, Michael?
He sure did.
Couldn't quite get away, though.
No, he couldn't. There was some really heavy pressure put on by the Concord Minutemen. They must have sent about 5 in. It was definitely a full house blitz there. And it worked to their favor.
Big third down here for Amador Valley.
3rd and 6 for the Dons at the Concord 41-yard line. And a nice catch there by number 20, that being Kyle Greenan. A beautiful pass by Moreno as he lofted it up over the head of the man covering. I think that was number 24, Colin Blaney, who was on the coverage there.
Yeah, it looked like the corner got turned around on that play, and Kyle threw an absolute strike to Greenan, who hauled it in and made a really nice catch, stayed in bounds, and got a big first down for Amador Valley.
A huge first down for Amador as they now push the ball to the 25-yard line of the Minutemen. I formation now, even though it's a shotgun I, if you will. 2 receivers to the right side for Amador Valley, and Moreno gives it to Sam Peters, and Peters starts to his left and then jaunts to his right up the middle in between the hashes. He's tackled by Max Mayo.
Nifty run there by Sam Peters up the middle in that pistol formation. They ran the I power lead to the left, and Sam gets the first down. Knocking on the door here is Amador Valley, 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
We'll see if Amador can get inside the house They are knocking on the door, but whether they will get invited in, that's another story. 1st and 10 for the Dons, 14-yard line of Concord, and it's Peters once again off tackle right, and that'll pick up some. Once again, it's Max Mayo on the tackle for the Concord Minutemen, and I don't think we've even got a chance to go over their defensive starters. Their defensive line looks like this. At the ends are Keenan Mailer and Lucas Barbario. The tackles, Roger Blackburn and Brandon Barajas. The linebackers are Waisele Manoa, Andrew Trimble, and Estevan Morales. The cornerbacks, Jacob Daines and Montreal Blakely. Also, Mark Rubio is a nickelback, and then Alex Bates is your safety. 2nd and 5 for the Dons at the Concord 9-yard line. Rush to the right side, and Concord there in a hurry to make the tackle.
Nice tackle there by Brian Monueku, the tight end, playing both ways for the Minutemen right now. Not fooled on that outside toss play. Able to wrap him up for a short gain.
Yeah, Moneku on the tackle. It'll be a gain of only 1 yard for the Dons, and now they have decisions to make here. 3rd and 4. Ball on the Concord 8-yard line. Twins to the left. In that pistol eye, once again, shotgun eye for Moreno. He's barking it out. Now he gets the snap. He's looking to his left. He throws it to the end zone, and it'll be a score for Amador, as that pass is hauled in by Grant Miller, the senior wide receiver, top returner according to the Contra Costa Times in their 2012 high school football season preview. And it's Amador Valley getting on the board here first in this game.
Great play.
6-0.
Great play by Amador Valley. 3rd and 5 there, running a crossing pattern from Grant Miller going all the way around the field. The play action pass and hit him right in the middle of the field, basically wide open in the end zone for 6.
Kevin Nags attempting the extra point.
Kevin Nags to attempt the extra point, junior kicker. Also plays a little wide receiver in defensive back, but will mostly be used by head coach Rick Sierra for his kicking ability. And so with 9:32 left to go in the first half, it is Amador Valley who does make their 3rd time a charm on this 3rd offensive drive of the contest, and they take the early lead 7-0. The sun has set here at Concord. It's not a full dark sky yet, but you're starting to see the clouds, dark clouds rolling in. Stadium has a great location. It's tucked in right near Mount Diablo. A nice breeze blowing towards us. Do a little uniform report for Amador Valley. They wear the white tops, which across the front it reads Amador in purple. Below that, just solid purple numbers. The back of the jerseys have the solid purple numbers with the solid purple lettering for their names in the back, the individuals' names. They have purple helmets with a gold Dons in cursive font on the sides of each helmet with a gold face mask. A low-line drive, which is deflected off the hands of the kick returner, and then he picks it up and starts running with it. He has pretty good speed and then is dragged down by a horse collar, and the flags do fly, and that'll be a penalty against the kicking team, Amador Valley. On the return for Concord was number 20, Tyler Colby, a junior, 5'5", 150 pounds, small guy like me.
Nice little return out of Colby, too, and they'll get an extra 15 for a personal foul for the horse collar tackle against the Dons.
Yeah, Colby tackled by his shoulder pads.
Yeah, anytime you see a runner sort of get pulled down from behind like that, the referees are going to err on the side of caution and usually throw the flag. Looks like they're still discussing it, or maybe where the spot of the foul was.
The low line drive kick first deflected off the hands of Colby.
Illegal use of hands on the return against Concord.
At about the 15-yard line, he then picked it up and started running. And so there's offsetting penalties. First, an illegal use of hands call against the returning team of Concord, and then, of course, the obvious to everyone here in the stadium horse collar tackle by the Amador Valley Dons. The penalties will offset, and we will have a re-kick. As I mentioned, 9:26 left to go here in the first half. Amador Valley with the first score of the contest to take a 7-0 lead. These teams have met twice in the past consecutive years. Amador Valley picking up the win last year, 14-12, and Concord winning on their home turf back in 2010. Concord winning that one by a score of 36-23. And a kick with not a lot of distance on it, picked up in the mid-level of returners, that being number 28 for Concord, Mark Rubio, who gets a decent return. Like I said, the kick didn't really go that far. And so Concord will have a 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Both teams 1-0, and each team looking to keep their record with a 0 at the end of it. And it's Olito Thompson who has an O to begin his name, and he carries it to the right side. And he was hit there by a couple of Don defenders. Dominic Ashley alongside Josh Hardy, two of the men responsible for the tackle.
Surprised to see them run so much to the short side of the field with Olito. You expect them to get out in space and maybe give them some more room to work with. But so far, well, here we go.
Two-man backfield with Morrow, and the give goes to Olito, running to his left. Olito eluding the first set of defenders and then tries to power his way through the linebacking crew, and they got there with enough people to really prevent him from bursting on too much. There is an injury on the field, a man down for Amador Valley, and that'll be number 77, Travis Chubb. Clock stops with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left, and you hope that Chubb is okay. He is lying on his back at the moment.
Looks like a knee, left knee.
Trainer's checking him out.
Hopefully Travis is all right.
That'll give both teams some time to think about what they want to do here. For Concord, when they do resume from the break, they'll be looking at a 3rd and 1 at their own, or at the Amador Valley 49-yard line. Rick Sierra is going to be preaching his team on what they need to do. I'm guessing it's going to be an Olito run up the middle. And Amador Valley now, their bench players are down to a knee, hoping that their wounded teammate will be all right. And Travis Chubb is walking off on his own power, so that's a good sign, Todd.
Yeah, the senior 225-pound Chubb looks like he's going to be all right. He limps off the field with help from the trainers, and hopefully we'll see him back later in the game.
And so both teams back out onto the field to resume play here. 3rd and 1 for the Minutemen at the Amador Valley 49-yard line. Chilly here in Concord, a very chilly night. Maybe it's just because I'm skinny, but I didn't feel it being this cold at the beginning of the day. I thought we were going to be in for better weather conditions. Here it is, a delayed give to Olito Thompson, and that turns out not to be that great of a call for Concord. I would have given it to him just right away, but they tried to run the draw play, and Amador Valley had it sniffed out.
Yeah, I am very surprised with that play call, Michael. You'd think a quick draw or quarterback keeper, but a slow developing trap play like that, they must have been thinking going for it on 4th down anyway.
And now Olito Thompson comes up off the field limping, and he takes his helmet off and sits on the grass along the sideline. So you hope that the star running back for Concord is okay. 4th and 5 now for the Minutemen. Shotgun formation for Morrow with Waisele Manoa in the backfield, and it looks to be a running back screen to Manoa, who makes a great one-handed catch and is trying to bulldoze past some defenders for a first down, but he will not do so. But what a great grab, great concentration there by Y Manoa to hold on to that ball, as there was a man in pursuit that was about to give him a good lick, but he bounced off that first tackle, kept control of the ball. Nice one-handed grab. He must have extra stickum on his gloves, huh?
Yeah, and a heck of an effort, too, trying to get that first down. But once again, Amador Valley defense swarming tackles. They're getting 4, 5, 6 guys involved, it seems, on every single hit, and they're not allowing these backs for the Minutemen to get out in space and make things happen with their ability, and they take over on downs.
The third takeover on downs for the Amador Valley Dons. They have forced the Concord Minutemen into punting the ball once. It's a run to the left side of the field, still on his feet, and then tripping up is number 5, that being Jimmy Ferreira. But Jimmy Ferreira looking like a dart out there. He just started up the middle, went to his left, and almost had pay dirt.
35 yards on that run by
A 35-yard run for Jimmy Ferreira brings the ball all the way down to the Concord 17-yard line.
Yeah, the 5'10 senior, that hole opened up like the Red Sea, and he hit it like gangbusters. Had one guy to beat and able to bring him down, was the strong safety for the Minutemen, but a 35-yard gain to start this series out for Amador Valley.
Just over 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. Amador Valley leading 7-0 and trying to add to that lead as they are in good territory for it. It's a give to the left, and Concord doing a good job this time of sniffing out the run. A gang tackle there. 2 men that I saw in on the tackle were number 33, Waisele Manoa, and also number 88, that being Brian Moneku. A loss of 2 on that stuff of a run by the Concord defense. To finish the uniform report on Amador Valley, they have the just plain purple pants, a little Don's logo in gold cursive onto the left side of the hip. 2nd and 12 for the Dons at the Minutemen 19-yard line. It's a fake handoff, quarterback keep. Moreno dialing up the fake draw to his back, number 23, that being Sam Peters, and instead he holds on to it, runs to his right, picks up some healthy yardage there. And he gets the ball down to the 13-yard line of Concord, a 6-yard gain, and so now it'll create 3rd and 6.
3rd down for Amador at the Concord 13.
Ball actually placed at the 13-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 7. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left for Moreno. Fakes to give once again, rolling to his right. He has a man, but he misfires as it was intended for Justin Cruz along the right side of the field. 4th and 7. And now, if you're Rick Sear, do you go for the field goal and make your lead a double-digit lead, or do you just figure 4th and 7? It's yards that we think we can pick up, and we're going to go for it. What would you do here, Todd?
Ooh, that's a tough call. I'm not sure. I don't know how good their kicker is. It looks like they're going to try it.
Yeah, we're going to. Rick Sears is going to find out how good he is. He's going to put Kevin Nags up to the challenge. Nags, who booted through his only PAT try tonight. This is going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
No problem.
So 10-0 is now your score. Amador upping their lead to a double-digit margin with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to go before the half. You're listening to Michael Smith and Todd Flournoy giving you the call here between 2 undefeateds, 1-0 teams matching up against each other in the Amador Valley Dons and the Concord Minutemen, live from Concord High School. This game can be seen on CIFNorthcoast.tv. We are a member of the PlayOn Sports Network.
Ladies of the 50-50 raffle are circulating.
And I guess I'll do my other part of the uniform watch now for Concord. They have the green Nike tops. I'm a big Nike guy. You're going to find that out working with me, Todd. They have the green Nike jerseys, which look oh so nice. White jerseys, or white numbers on the green jerseys, outlined with a thin gold. You can barely see the gold, but if you got up close to the jerseys, you could see it. They also have the white numbers outlined in gold along just below the shoulders on each side. And they have a white thin stripe that comes up underneath the numbers. Both it goes around the front and onto the back of the jersey as well. Lone line drive, bouncing kick, fielded at about the 25-yard line by Concord. There's an opening dash and a pretty big hit by the Pleasanton kicking unit, but a good return before the hit by the Concord Minutemen.
Kevin Nags is a little bit of a Mr.
Was that Nags on the tackle?
Not only did he just kick a 30-yard field goal, but he booted one deep and came up and laid hat on the Minutemen and really could have been a touchdown by the Minutemen. Got him right back into this game. Right now, Nags is putting on quite a show.
Nags laying the smackdown on that returner there. Trips look to the left side of the field for Concord here on 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line, and Wyatt Morrow way out of the reach of his receiver there, that being number 10, Daniel Golden.
Looked like a little bit of confusion between Golden and Morrow on that play. A little bit trying to do a little quick screen to the left side, and I couldn't tell if he just took his eye off of it or didn't expect the ball, but definitely a little bit of confusion on the Minutemen offense right now.
Well, it seemed as if maybe Golden might have cut in a little too early on that slant route. Maybe he should have ran it a little deeper first, then made his cut. At least that's what it looked like taking it from Morrow's perspective as the thrower, but quarterback's not always right in that situation. 2nd and 10, Morrow lost one up and is picked off by Amador Valley. That being number 20, who spins off a couple tackles and is still on his feet. He has blocking, and he gets past some more tackles. My goodness, what a return by Kyle Greenan. The pick was an easy interception right into his hands, but the return was something magnificent, and flags do fly at the end of the return.
Yeah, I think Amador Valley get credit for that interception. Not a very advised throw from Wyatt Morrow right into coverage. All number 20 Greenan had to do was stick his hands out there. But, boy, like you said, what a return by him. At least 25 yards, breaking tackles, making stuff happen.
I mean, that's something out of playing Madden with your buddies. I don't know how much times he had to press the human spin juke, but he had about, I want to say about 4 spins there.
Yeah, he definitely had the triangle button working on that one and the Z.
Yeah. And maybe a little bit of control the analog stick there.
Analog stick. You got to do that one, too, for all you Madden players out there. Madden 13 came out yesterday. I'm sure you've been playing it, Michael.
You know what? I downloaded the demo. I just got a PS3 for my birthday in July.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I have NCAA football. I haven't yet to get the full-on Madden. I'm just playing the demo at the moment. So it will be a turnover on downs. The penalty gets tacked on at the end of the interception against Amador Valley. So 1st and 10 at the Concord 37-yard line. Moreno takes off and is tripped up. Did he get tripped up? Did he hit the ground before going into the end zone? That is the question, but there is a flag on the field, so this call may get negated anyway, no matter what. As Kyle Moreno found a hole along that left side and made like a banana and split right through it. Sprinting his way towards the end zone, getting tripped up just before the goal line.
Minutemen catch a break there. That could have been 17-0 with only 4 minutes left in the half. Holding penalty looks like it's going to bring it back all the way nearly to the 50-yard line.
So that's now 2 consecutive holds against the Amador Valley Dons. First, there was a hold on that interception return in which there was some magnificent moves there, but there was some holding. And then again, on the first play of scrimmage after the interception, more holding ensues. And so now a team that was supposed to start in the Concord side of the field is now back to their own side of the field, that being the Dons. It'll be 1st and 25 from their own 46-yard line. That's a lot of room to make up. 4:40 left to go here in the first half. The Amador Valley Dons leading 10-0 over the host Concord Minutemen. 4 receivers set, 2 to each side. And Peters, the man in the backfield with the quarterback Moreno, and whistles blow, flags fly once again. It looks to be a false start against the Amador Valley Dons. 3 consecutive penalties, Todd. That has to have head coach Rick Sierra steaming on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely, especially the plays that they wiped out, a potential touchdown, an interception that would have got them within the 20-yard line, and then certainly not having their head in the game with a false start, pushing it all the way back to their own 40-yard line. Look where the first down marker is. It's all the way in the Minutemen 30. So first and forever right now for the Dons.
Well, 1 penalty, shame on me. 2 penalties, shame on you. 3 penalties. You better believe they're going to get barked at halftime.
Uh-oh.
No play.
Oh my! Is this going to be a 4th consecutive penalty against the Dons? That play did not even have a chance to get developed before the whistles blew on that one. And yes, another false start. 4 straight penalties against the Amador Valley Dons, and I haven't seen something like this in a long while of calling football games. I don't know if I've ever seen 4 straight penalties, 2 straight holds, and then 2 straight false starts. And they just continue to get backed up. It'll now be 1st and 35 for the Dons at their own 36-yard line. Moreno with the fake quarterback keep, and instead he gives it off. It was a quick handoff, but he made like he had kind of like that. He still had the ball. It was a fake play action was what it was.
A fake.
A fake. And the carry goes to, I believe, Peters, who gashed along the right side of the field and made up some pretty good yardage. Picked up about 13 on that run, but it's still going to be 2nd and very long for the Dons.
Yeah, the Minutemen really need to step up on their defense right now. They got put in a huge hole being at 1st and 35. The Dons pick up 13 on 1st down. You got to try to hold them here.
4 receiver set once again for the Dons with 2 to each side. Moreno in the shotgun. The delayed give to his running back, that being Peters, who goes to his left side and then bounces off a couple of tacklers before being tripped up at around the Concord 45-yard line. And a timeout is taken by the Dons for Amador Valley. Is that going to be, or nope, actually it's going to be Concord who takes a timeout. So, no, it's Amador Valley. Who is the timeout? I heard both teams. It's Concord who takes the timeout. So now both teams should have 2 remaining. Is that correct? Yes. Scoreboard will get that figured out, I'm sure. But with 3:02 remaining, I'm going to turn it over to you, Todd.
Stay tuned for the PlayOn Sports postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as a wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
All right, thank you.
You'll be hosting
Todd.
this postgame show, won't you, Michael?
Yeah, I will. And
looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm even looking forward to a halftime show of sorts. I'll bring up some miscellaneous things on both teams. Probably talk a lot about Alito Thompson. Who hasn't been talking about him? He is the story not only in the Bay Area, but also throughout the state of California. He was named to Cal High Sports all preseason team. He was on the first team as one of the running backs selected. We resume from timeout with Amador Valley on the field facing a 3rd and 17 from the Concord 45. Run goes to the right and gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 7 out to the Concord 38-yard line. This time it was Josh Hardy getting the give. And so it will be back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 10, no, a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 11 now. And Amador Valley's kind of in that side of the field, Todd, where it's a little too deep to go for a field goal, but it's a little too shallow maybe for a punt.
I think they're doing the right thing here,
But they are going to just punt it, maybe try to nail them deep inside their own territory. This calls for the sky-high punt. You hope to nail them down within the 10. Kyle Moreno to help his own cause. Gets it off the side of his foot, and it'll roll out of bounds, end over end, just shy of the 10-yard line. I believe the ref is going to mark the ball at the Concord 12, stopping the clock with 2:06 left to go before halftime. 10-0 is your score in favor of the visiting Amador Valley Dons in the white and purple. Concord in the green and gold. They have gold helmets with the Concord C logo, which is half green, half gold. And the first play here for this drive is Olito Thompson trouncing his way up the middle of the field towards a first down and more. A big run from the big back. Olito Thompson with a 16-yard carry gets the ball to the Amador Valley 28-yard line. And 3 receivers set, 2 receivers to the right. It's a receiver screen to that lone receiver on the left side, and that being Jacob Daines. Daines with a good run after the catch. He slips out of bounds after picking up a first down, and so that'll stop the clock. Good awareness there by Daines to not only get the first down, but then run out of bounds to stop the clock.
Pick up a 9 to the 37, first down, Concord.
He gets just enough on that receiver screen. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Minutemen on their own 37-yard line. Clock stops at the minute 44. It's Morrow the give to Olito Thompson, who is wrapped up quickly.
Is that Moreno?
I think that was number 47, Dominic Ashley.
Dominic Ashley, what a play, shooting the gap and taking Alito out in the backfield. They just can't get anything moving consecutively for Concord. The Amador Valley defense keeps stepping up and making plays.
Yeah, credit that to the defensive coordinator for Amador Valley, dialing up blitzes just at the right time. 2nd and 14 now for Morrow, and his pass is batted down in midair by number 54, that being Nate Vickers, senior standout at the line positions both offensively and defensively. 6'3", 220. Big kid. He's actually the biggest kid on this Amador Valley Don squad.
Not an easy guy to throw over. If you're Wyatt Morrow, that is a big boy. Nate Vickers, the 6'3", 220 senior, making a play for the Dons defense.
And you'd have to think with his size, he'll be playing at the next level, whether it be JUCO or at a university somewhere in some division. 3rd and 14 now. Clock stopped after that pass deflection incomplete. And it's a wide receiver screen, which is caught by Olito Thompson. So a running back screen as Thompson swings out to the left side of the field near the Amador Valley bench. Was he tackled out of bounds? He was, so the clock does stop with a minute 6.
Driven out at the 31, a slight loss.
He's driven out at the Concord 31-yard line, and so now it's 4th down and long. Thompson chatted up with his quarterback, who I believe is going to punt, and yes, Wyatt Morrow will punt the ball. And the punt is muffed, but then picked up quickly by the Dons, slipping through some defenders and dashing down the sidelines was number 14, Justin Cruz, but flags do fly. We'll figure out what that is. Clock stops with 56 seconds left before half.
The Minutemen just weren't able to string enough plays together on their offense. It looked like their drive was getting off to a good start. Then the Amador Valley defense steps up, able to force the punt. Now they get a chance to add some. More points before halftime.
And Amador Valley, another big penalty. It'll be an illegal block this time on the return, and that backs them up heavily all the way to their own 40-yard line, where, once again, they would have started in Concord territory. But penalties coming at a premium now for the Dons. And like I said, I know Rick Sear because I covered this team back in 2009. He is not going to be happy, just no matter even if they have the lead or not. That's not going to matter to him. He is going to really hark on these boys about their penalty issues here in this first half. Trips look to the left, and it's Moreno giving it away instead of holding on to it. The receiver's used as, what would you call him? You'd call him as, I'm trying to think, decoys out there on the field. The give goes to number 30, Alejandro Apodaca. And Amador Valley will take a timeout after that run up the middle. A 5-yard gain from Apodaca. And the clock stops with 47 seconds left before halftime. For Amador Valley, they now have only one timeout remaining. Concord still has 2 timeouts left.
You know, if you're Amador Valley here, you want to be careful. I know you want to use your timeouts, try to get an extra score before halftime, but you know, you've got them down 10-0. You've pretty much dominated the entire first half here, Michael, and the last thing you want is a mistake, a turnover, another penalty, something that can give the Minutemen a chance to get back into this game before halftime. You've done a great job building this 10-0 lead. You got to be careful, and that's what's good about having a good senior quarterback like Kyle Moreno leading the charge here. He knows that mistakes are what you want to avoid at this point in the game.
Right, and I mean, he's already made one and has bounced back pretty considerably from that mistake, throwing an interception on his first offensive play of the game. He's looking deep, a beautiful pass, but maybe a little too deep, intended for his receiver down the right side of the field there, that being Ryan Ibanez.
Stops the clock with 42 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for the Dons.
And so now, if you're Concord, you hope to maybe, if it's a run, stop it early. If it's a pass, get in there for a sack and then take a timeout. You'd leave yourself about 30 seconds worth. That's still some time to get a quick score before half. So we'll see what Amador Valley does here. 2 receivers out to the left side, 2 receivers in the backfield along with the quarterback Moreno. It will be a run play that starts up the middle and then bounces out to the right side of the field. Concord will make the tackle just before the first down marker. And it's not out of bounds. The tackle was made inbounds, so the clock is ticking. If I was Concord, I would call that timeout right now.
I'm a little bit surprised Concord's not calling timeout.
Especially being that Concord started the game with the ball. You would think they'd want to stop the clock and try to get a score before the half, being that Amador Valley will be getting the ball. And yes, finally Concord takes their timeout. That came rather late, Todd. You would have think they would have taken it 10 seconds ago.
Oh, yeah.
But they let the clock run down to 18 seconds before finally using that power of calling a timeout. So now they have 1 remaining. It'll be 4th and 1 with the ball down at the Concord 49-yard line. And the field announcer talking about tamales here. I might have to get me something to eat here at halftime. We'll see.
If you're Concord, it's a good time to use the timeout because it's 4th down. You could get a block punt. You could take over on downs, depending on what Amador Valley decides to do here. And you still have 1 timeout left. So with only 18 seconds left, you still have an opportunity to get on that scoreboard, get that first score of the game, and get yourself right back into the game. So wise decision by the coaches to use that timeout because you can't take them with you. You know, might as well use them.
Yeah. They're going to have a lot of field, though. It's going to be really tough. They're going to have to look for just a quick strike down the sidelines. Wyatt Morrow is really going to have to use his passing ability here. I don't think it's going to be an Olito Thompson run that gets you the score. But look at this! Amador Valley deciding to pass and mix things up a little bit on a 4th down, 4th and 1. And you know what's odd is, Todd, I would have said I was going to go for it. I didn't want to say anything over the air. I would have maybe ran like a fake punt run. But instead it's Moreno passing, which still leaves good field now for Concord. They're 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line just before midfield, 14 seconds left. If you're Wyatt Morrow, you try to get a quick pass, maybe a post corner route to stop, a pass where a guy can get out of bounds, and then that way you're looking for either one more pass play or maybe a field goal. But we know Concord, they don't kick field goals, so they're more than likely they're going to try to score a touchdown, if anything here. But we'll see what happens. Trips look to the right, a receiver to the left. It's a quick dart to that lone receiver to the left, that being Jacob Danes. He makes the catch, inbounds. Clock ticking down to 9 seconds, and Concord will have to hurry things up or call a timeout. The refs waiting to resume the play clock as they're waiting for everything to get set. Play clock now resumes. 8 seconds. Tick, tick, tick. 6 seconds now. It's another quick pass, which is deflected and then caught by the wide receiver there. 2 seconds now, and I believe Concord will call a timeout just in the nick of time to save the last precious seconds for a possible scoring play.
Yeah, now you at least give yourself an opportunity with 2 seconds left. You get 30 yards to go for a touchdown. just heave it up to the end zone, maybe get lucky and get yourself on the scoreboard.
Well, they got lucky on that pass play, let alone it was tipped up in the air by an Amador Valley Don defender and then just fell right into the hands of number 6, that being Roger Blackburn making the catch for the Concord High Minutemen. And so 1st and 10 is what they're looking at from the Amador Valley 27-yard line. I'm going to give you a little quiz here. You tell me which one would you go with here. A streak route down the sidelines. B, C, maybe a trick play. Maybe a flea flicker of sorts.
I'd do something to get Alito Thompson the ball. That's all. That would be my play.
Maybe a running back screen and just make sure there's a bunch of blockers set up for Thompson.
I don't know. Can he throw the ball? It'd be nice to maybe see a running back option, like along the lines you said, a trick play.
The Washington State commit is Alito Thompson. He will be going up to Pullman after this year, playing for Mike Leach. And so Thompson is out there. He's being used as a blocker for Morrow. Morrow rolling to his right, fakes a pass, now steps back. He still is in room to make a throw. He has a man, and is it caught in bounds? Flags do fly. We'll see if the flag goes against Amador Valley. If so, Concord's going to have another shot at a possible scoring play, but no, the penalty will go against the Concord Minutemen. I believe it was a holding call. And so Wyatt Morrow walking off the sidelines, head down. He is dejected, not really happy with himself. And I don't know if anyone with Concord is really happy with their first half score, as they have a 0 sitting in front of their score. And this is a team that's known to put up, 30-plus points on a nightly basis, and that is not the case so far here, as they are being shut out on their home turf 10-0 by the visiting Amador Valley Dons. We're going into halftime, so stick around. We might have a little bit of a halftime show lined up for you. I know Todd and I are both going to take our breaks for a little bit, kind of catch our breaths, and then we'll try to come back with the halftime show for you. But, folks, please stay tuned, because the second half, I'm sure, promises to be good between these two teams that are both undefeated 1-0 early in the season. You're listening to great high school action here in the East Bay. CIF NorthCoast.tv, part of the PlayOn Sports Network. Amador Valley leading at the half, 10-0.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball.
12 seconds to go. Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder, with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac Joaquin section champions the Granite Bay Grizzlies as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot, kept alive, back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stags.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the seventh. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
This is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting into Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. Two receivers far side, one near side. Hancock on a counter right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center. In their tight wing formation, Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run, breaks through, 4 tackles, and now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the
Where's my other sheets at? Do you guys know? All right, folks, welcome back from the end of the first half. We're almost about to start the second half, coming to you live from Concord High School once again here in Concord, California. Michael Smith alongside Todd Allen. Our halftime score, 10-0 in favor of the visiting Amador Valley Dons. And it is the host Concord Minutemen trailing at the moment. And a lot of chatter amongst the students here at Concord High while I was waiting in line to get something to eat, and then I realized we're about to get this thing going, and I had a dart. I was about 5 away from being the next guy up, and I said, well, food's going to have to wait at this moment. But there was chatter amongst the kids being stopped at the moment. I guess there was a guy who just got to the stadium now and hadn't seen the first half, and he couldn't believe that Olito Thompson has been stopped. I mean, it's under the impression to the kids here at this school that he never gets stopped, and so that's where I turn to you, Todd. What did you, how were they able to do that? What did you see that Amador Valley did a really good job? How were they able to stop Olito in the first half?
Well, I tell you, Michael, he's not the only person that's shocked. I think the 5,000 people here on the Concord sideline are shocked. I'm shocked. You're shocked. Everybody's shocked that Olito Thompson hasn't been able to get going. And you just got to give all the credit in the world to Amador Valley Dons and Coach Sierra and their game plan. They're stacking the line of scrimmage. They're not letting him bounce it outside. They're making him spread out wide, making him move horizontally, and unfortunately, they're wrapping up. And unfortunately for the Minutemen, they've basically been completely one-dimensional and haven't been able to go to the air. So I tell you, a great game plan so far, Amador Valley. Let's see if they can keep it up in the second half.
Like I said, I'm shocked, but I'm not ultra shocked because I do harken back to last year's game. Thompson held to 93 yards in that contest. When you look at other games that he had last year against other opponents here, he had games of 211, 303, 236, 260, so on and so forth. But like I said, Amador Valley, the only team to hold him to without a touchdown and hold him under 100. No other team held him to below 100 yards. College Park, however, did hold him to without a touchdown in a 133-yard effort. And Concord starts this game with an onside kick, and I believe they have recovered it. So pretty crafty move there by Concord Minutemen. And I mean, even craftier when you consider that they are not being led by their head man, as head coach Brian Hamilton serving the second of a 2-game suspension for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's displayed in the game against Windsor last year for the North Coast Section Division II title game. So he was held out of last week's contest, and he is not running the show tonight as well. So a very gutsy call by the backup coaches for Concord. And the first give goes to who else? Olito Thompson. They are trying to turn him into a spark plug. They're trying to get his juices back going and turn him into the Olito that everyone knows here around Concord as that premier running back in the Bay Area. Olito Thompson running to the right there and picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Great call on that outside kick. That might just be the spark that the Minutemen need.
Morrow once again delayed give to Olito Thompson, but Thompson met rather rapidly by the defense of the Dons, and they were trying to go for the strip there at the end of that tackle.
Yeah, Jimmy Ferrara, the strong safety, coming up, playing towards the line of scrimmage most of this game, keying on Olito Thompson and doing a really good job of wrapping him up for a short gain.
I don't have any stats from the first half, but I do have some scores of important games from around the area. We'll get those to you as soon as we can. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Concord Minutemen. Morrow with both Waisaley Manoa and another running back. I believe that's number 20, Tyler Colby, in the backfield. And now Concord's going to call a timeout. They want to rethink what they're going to do here on this 3rd down. But an onside kick to start the second half. Just what the doctor needed, the doctor ordered. I mean, you couldn't have thought of a better way to start the second half. Almost reminiscent of the Saints in that Super Bowl run against the Indianapolis Colts where they were trailing at half, and just that onside kick turned things around for the Saints in that second half in that Super Bowl. It really gave them the momentum they were slowly desiring and looking for in that first half, and we'll see if Concord puts the exclamation mark at the end of what could be, like I said, that momentum-changing drive. It's rather early to say that because they're still 3rd and 5 at the Amador Valley 41-yard line. They still have a long way to go, being that they haven't punched it in yet today. But it is going to be a two-receiver look to the right, a late give to Thompson, who has defenders in pursuit of him. They're going to wrap him up for a huge loss on the play. And so Olito Thompson continues to get snuffed out and stuck by this Amador Valley defense. Like we've said all along, Todd and I, they've really done their homework here in strategizing on how to stop Olito Thompson, just following off of last year's game plan. And it's going to be 4th and a long while for the Minutemen.
Yeah, Olito Thompson trying to make something happen there. You can tell he's stressing a lot, trying to get something going for this Minuteman offense. Lost 10 on that play.
You can hear a pin drop in this crowd. It is silent as the punt will drop out of bounds.
Oral's punt out of bounds on the far side.
Not a good punt. Barely made it back to, I'd say, maybe 8-yard net on that punt. So Amador Valley will take over with good field position.
Olito Thompson shaking his head. That's very off the field, saying, I don't know what more I can do, Coach. You got to start dialing up some plays. Instead of these delayed draws and these stretches to the right, just give me some dives up the middle.
Yeah, you can tell the frustration is starting to creep in on the Minutemen sideline. Hopefully their defense can come up with a stop here and get some momentum back on their side.
4 receivers set, 2 to each side for Amador Valley. It's a quick give up the middle from Moreno to Sam Peters. And taking a while to get off the ground, but does so under his own power, was number 51, that being Keenan Mailer, and that's an injury you would hope not to see, but he just, took some good contact. I think he was in on the tackle of Peters. Peters kind of trucked him a little bit. Truck stick on the analog stick there. We're talking about analog stick earlier. It's now going to be 2nd and 8 after that 2-yard pickup by the Dons. Once again, 4 receivers set. Moreno shotgun with Peters to his left. It is a delayed give to, no! Actually, Moreno kept it himself. He thought about handing it off to Peters. Instead, held on to the ball, and that decided to be the wrong call for Moreno and his offense as Moreno gets wrapped up and sacked for a loss of yardage there by Concord.
Yeah, Keenan Mailer was not fooled on that play. The 6'3 senior did not bite on the play fake on the handoff and just took him down for a big loss for Amador Valley, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Approaching 9 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Amador Valley leading 10-0, and now they face a 3rd and 12 from their own 38-yard line. Same 4 receivers set with Moreno and Peters in the backfield. Moreno rolling out to his left, having now to get away from pressure, so he scrambles. He will a pass across the middle of the field, intended for number 11, that being Grant Miller. And so now it's going to be 4th and long, and I would be surprised if Amador Valley did not punt here.
No, I think you're right. Lucas Barbariero on the pressure on that play flushed out the quarterback, Moreno, who just threw it away. Just tried to – weren't going to get a first down on that play anyway, so throw it away and depend on your defense to see if they can stop the Minutemen on offense. So they'll be definitely punting on 4th and long.
I like how Concord uses a pre-recorded defensive sound arrangement there to try to get the fans rallied up. A punt that bounces right in front of the returner, that being Daniel Golden. He scoops it up and then gets about a 5 to 7 yard return. Clock stopping with 8:34 left to go here in the third quarter. Concord to take to the field once again for their offensive try. I believe this is going to be their 5th offensive drive of this game. It's definitely the second here of this second half. Some scores to update you on. Bishop O'Dowd, a final, because their game started about an hour and a half earlier than normal game time. It started at 5:30, I think, just because of the activity that can go on in Oakland sometimes. There are two Oakland schools, Bishop O'Dowd and McClymonds, going at it. And it's Bishop O'Dowd winning with a 7-point win, 33-26. And McClymonds was desperately searching for that win. They felt like if they could have knocked off Bishop O'Dowd tonight, and then they could have, controlled their own destiny, went undefeated. That might have put them in the driver's seat to get towards a state bowl game. But with the loss and the fact that they play in a very weak Oakland Athletic League, I don't know how McClymonds' chances look at this moment, losing to Bishop O'Dowd, which I'm not saying they're a bad team. I think Bishop O'Dowd is a great team, but just getting a loss for McClymonds not good. Concord looking deep down the left sideline. Wyatt Morrow's pass just out of the reach of the wide receiver there. I believe that was Jacob Daines.
Yeah, it was Daines. And I like what they're trying to do with the Minutemen, trying to throw it downfield a little bit more. They've got to get these safeties off the line of scrimmage. It's making life horrible for Alito Thompson, having these corners and these safeties creeping up to the line of scrimmage, playing 8, 9, 10 in the box. They're going to have to throw the ball downfield to loosen up this defense.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. That one being used as a blocker for Thompson, as that was Alex Bates. And Thompson doing a good job of not giving up on that run. He was met early, and then he just took defenders along with him, rushing to the left, to the right side of the field. Olito picks up a first down. Gets the ball out now to his own 35-yard line, does Thompson. And they stay in that same receiver look. Actually, it's trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Wyatt Moore with a couple pump fakes, still has the ball, and that is wrapped up and drove back by the Purple People Leaders of Pleasanton.
Brought down on a loss on the play.
It will be a loss, so it'll be a sack. Dominic Ashley leading the charge of defenders for Amador Valley.
To the 34, second down.
It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Minutemen. Thompson in the backfield with Morrow. The fake give to Thompson. It's Morrow keeping it himself as he lunges to his left and gets stuck right at around the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage there. I don't know if he gained a yard. He did not. So actually, he did gain a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Minutemen.
And that's Kevin Nags coming up and making a play. The kicker and safety specialist coming up and not fooled on the give and hit the quarterback for a short gain there. Another nice play by Nags.
Twin receivers to the right side of the field. Morrow rolling to the right, and he overthrows his intended target. That being number 88, Maneku. Was it intercepted? I believe it was. Amador Valley intercepted it and then quickly dropped to a knee, I guess. He must have slipped on the grass.
We do have a flag on the play. Possibly a late hit. Roughing the quarterback. Appears to be on the defense.
If that is the case, that would be huge for Concord.
Yep, roughing
and
the
passer. It is roughing the passer, so instead of an interception, Concord will remain on the field offensively.
Big break for Concord.
Huge
there.
break.
Instead of turning the ball over, you now have the ball in the 50. Momentum's on your side. Let's see if they can take advantage.
This is where you need to take advantage. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter, and the Minutemen are trailing 10-0. Really trying to make some headway here in this game. They just need to feel like they have something going for them. I don't think they're confident at all right now in their abilities to score. It's a run up the middle. And he gets maybe a gain of 2. That was Olito Thompson.
That Amador Valley Dons defense continues to swarm Olito Thompson, not letting him get those knees churning.
A 1-yard gain for Thompson makes it 2nd and 9. Wide receiver set up for Bates, and it's Alex Bates making the catch on the right side near us. And then flags fly from the men in stripes. Ibanez was over there in coverage along with number 59, that being Clint Makins. And it's a face mask against Amador Valley, so penalties still an issue for Amador. You thought they would have knocked that off here in the second half, but it has now helped Concord get past midfield, and now it's helped them. It's helped them in a lot of ways. Not only is the ball past midfield, but it's taken away what could have been a turnover, and then what would have definitely not been a first down changed into a first down.
Batted down by Vickers. Incomplete third down.
Morrow incomplete there. And I'm surprised that face mask didn't create an automatic first down. I guess it was just a graze of the face mask. It was a 5-yard variety there. So that's why it didn't automatically go to first. It was 2nd and 5, and then the incomplete pass from Morrow now makes 3rd and 5. Ronnie Allgood running off the field for Concord. A tight twin set here to the right side of the field, and that's the play call that they need to start doing more often, Todd. That's what I'm talking about, that halfback dive. Boom, you give it to Alito right away, and he gets a pretty good hole right there through his center and left guard gap, and he picks up an easy first down.
Yeah, Alito's been looking for a hole like that most of this game. The play was finally blocked well by the offensive line of the Minutemen, and Alito sprung for a gain of 12.
Quick snap here. And once again, it's Olito Thompson. Almost looked like it went directly to him, but it did get into the hands of Morrow. But he was very quick in getting it into the hands of his running back mate, that being Olito Thompson.
And this is what you like to see if you're the Minutemen. The defense is starting to soften up just a little bit, and you can't help but do that. You've been on the field most of the game if you're the Dons defense, and they might be getting a little tired here.
2nd and 5, and now it's Olito Thompson who, on the misdirection, started to his right, then went to his left, figuring out where the holes were through the Dons defense. Picks up some good yardage. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for stalling at the end of that first drive, I mean, they were moving pretty well in that first drive of the game on that no-huddle kind of Oregon-type Minutemen-like pace. You would hope that they would keep that up. Seems like ever since they got away from that and were really going into a huddle and taking time to decide their plays, it seems like that's given the advantage more to the Dons to give them more time to try to defend it. And it's a pass along the right sideline here on a 3rd and 4. The catch is made before stepping out of bounds by number 10, that being Daniel Golden. What a nice throw and catch there from Morrow to Golden. He put it up high where only his receiver can get it. Golden sure-handed the catch right before falling out of bounds.
Nice job by Golden, toe tapping the sidelines on a 3rd and 4. Get that first down and move the chains for the Minutemen.
1st and 10 now as Concord moves up to the Amador Valley 19-yard line. Shotgun set, and the give goes to, is that Olito?
It's Manoa.
That was Y. Manoa, who maybe they should dial up more runs to him, as Waisaley Manoa has really been running the ball pretty tough. I'm sure his yards per carry is a lot better than Olito's at the moment.
Yeah, you know, and we saw a lot of him on that first drive you were referring to earlier. He hasn't been in the game much after that, but he's definitely got fresh legs, and he looks strong on that play, gain of 9.
It'll be 1st and goal now for Concord, and it's another give to Manoa, who charges through the first set of defense and ends up punching it in. Concord gets on the board with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's now 10-6. Amador still clinging on to a lead, but things maybe the tide changing a little bit. No, he did not get in? Okay, so he did not get in. I'm sorry for the premature call there. I guess he was tackled at the 2-yard line.
Still a good run there, getting it. You could tell that the momentum is changing and it's starting to soften up on that defense for the Dons. There's only so many times you can take 2 big backs like the Minutemen have. And, I mean, talk about wasted opportunities. It's only 10-0 right now, potentially 10-7. We've had interceptions taken away by penalties. We've had the onside kick. Man, the Dons should really be well ahead in this game, but here are the Minutemen knocking on the door and making it close to a 3-point game if they can punch this in, Michael.
Yeah, once again, I do want to apologize for the premature call. See, that's where you always have to look at the ref for their signals first before making a call. See, I went with the fans. The fans got really loud, and here I was thinking he scored it because it kind of got blurry. There was a lot of bodies there in the way. So I do want to apologize. The score is still 10-0 in favor of Amador Valley, just in case you folks are wondering at home. But they're knocking on the door, and that door is slightly opening. They haven't fully made themselves a guest into the house yet. I'm talking about Concord at the moment, but They have been knocking, and like I said, I think they've almost huffed and puffed and blown that door down. And now it's a matter of getting in the house, and they do. There you go. There's the touchdown. And who else to get the Rocket score but Olito Thompson to finish it off. It was Waisele Manoa with a couple tough runs to get him in that position, and then you give it to your B-Mock, and that being Olito Thompson to punch it in from 2 yards out.
Yeah, that was a simple little draw play. Like you mentioned, just give it to him and let him run up the middle, and he was not going to be denied on that play.
So 10-6 now the score. Concord going for 2, as they often do. And it's Morrow with the handoff to Olito Thompson, who trounces past some defenders en route to converting the 2-point conversion as well. So an 8-point play for the Concord Minutemen, all off the feet and running ability of Olito Thompson. So now Concord trailing only by 2 with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Hometown crowd finally getting up and making some noise. Wow. How penalties can really take away something for you. The Dons had an interception, and they gave the Minutemen another breath of life, and the Minutemen took full advantage of that.
Yeah, you got to be disappointed if you're the Dons. You have an interception, and you get called for a late hit on a quarterback, which was totally unnecessary. Personal foul, gives the Minutemen the ball back, and as you mentioned, Michael took it right down the field to score, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. A
very long drive, which started at the start of the second half, all started really by that onside kick by Concord. They're going for an onside kick again, and this time the hands team strong, and there's some pushing and shoving going on at the end of that play, but great job there by number 14, that being Justin Cruz, to just fall on top of the ball there for Amador Valley.
First and 10 from their 46.
They'll start with the ball at their own 46-yard line. Some more scores just to let you know about. Last year between De La Salle and Bellarmine, it was quite close. That game played on the campus of De La Salle. This year it's played at San Jose City College. People thinking maybe Bellarmine had a shot to make up for the close game and actually pull off the win, but no. De La Salle's in control by a lot, 41-7 in the third quarter in that one. Moreno rolling out here, first play from his first action here in the second half. Offensively, he rolls to his right and just ends up throwing it incomplete and out of bounds, intended for Grant Miller. He was the closest receiver in the area.
Second down.
Some other scores to let you know about. We were talking about maybe one of the greatest games I'd ever seen 2 years back for the North Coast Section Division II title between Concord and Rancho Cotati. Well, Rancho Cotati leading Alhambra 20-0 at halftime. Second and 10 now for the Dons, and it's a run up the middle, but what a hit. That's one of those hits there by Concord. As Keenan Mailer says, let me introduce you to a wood shop.
Yeah, it looks like he got hurt on the play too, but what a hit by Keenan Mailer, making it 3rd and long for the Dons. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, that's Woodshop 101. I don't know if they offer that here at Concord, but obviously they do because Mailer's the instructor. 3rd and 13, he really laid some good wood there on that run play. Stuffed him for a loss of 3. 3rd and 13 now for the Dons. Ball at their own 43-yard line. Moreno gets in a shotgun, and he's sacked! Brought down by number 77, and that is Lucas Barbario with this sack. And like I said, all of a sudden, now you're starting to see a different Minutemen team out on the field here to start the second half.
Oh, yeah, you can feel it. You got the crowds behind them. The team's excited. Everybody's fired up, helping each other up, patting each other on the back. All the momentum is with the Concord High Minutemen right now, and it's up to Amador Valley to respond here and try to at least keep this game close because the Minutemen don't look like they're going to be stopped. They got all the momentum.
Amador knows that they have to punt in this situation. 4th and 20, all the momentum going against them, and they do. Moreno, a sky-high punt, end over end, that takes a nice bounce and roll in favor of the Dons. It'll roll out of bounds to stop the clock at 2:44 left here in this third quarter. The ball will roll out of bounds at around the 36-yard line of Concord. That is where the Minutemen will take to the field offensively for the second time here in the second half.
Really surprised at the Amador Valley play calling on that last series, Michael. 3 straight pass plays when you really just need to get that clock rolling again and get some running first downs that you got in this.
Well, there was that one run. Remember, you got stuffed. That second play was a run. But, yes, I agree. I would be running the ball more often in trying to just run out some clock. Speaking of running the ball, it's Olito Thompson, who almost got past the last level of defense. Had he just got past that last tackler, he might have been to the house.
Alito's running like a man possessed right now. He definitely is feeling it, and he wants the ball.
Give me the ball, give me the ball. That's what Olito Thompson is shouting out.
See, he wants it so bad that he gets called for a false start there. He couldn't wait to get the ball.
Concord, 5 yards back to the 40.
Olito a little fidgety, to say the least, after getting an 8-yard run. He gets called for false start in the backfield. That'll back him up 5 and now make it 2nd and, I believe, 7. Or 2nd and 8 it should be. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. The give goes back to Olito Thompson, who rushes to the right side of the field.
Up to the 43.
He'll be tackled at around the 43-yard line. Yeah, it was 2nd and 7 before that run.
Along with Jader.
Big third down coming up here for the Amador Valley defense. If they can make a stop right here.
4 yards to the 44, it is third down.
Try to stop this momentum that Concord's got going.
All right, and it's a play to Olito Thompson along the near sideline. Holy Toledo, Olito, as he picks up some premium yardage at a time well needed for his Concord Minutemen. Quick give to number 2 along the near sideline. He burst through and down the sidelines and into Amador Valley territory. 1st and 10 now for the Minutemen. Ball placed at the Dons' 41-yard line. What a run by Olito, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't going to be denied. And you're starting to see a little bit of arm tackling on Amador Valley. They got to remember to wrap him up.
Now they toss to Olito, left side, and Olito once again finding some space, picking up lots of yardage. Not quite a first down, but close.
Late flag there. Might be a face mask adding to that 8-yard run. We'll find out here.
We'll see who the penalty is against. Clock stops with 1:13 left to go here in the third quarter.
Personal foul, horse collar on the tackle.
And a horse collar tackle against the Amador Valley Dons. That's the second time they've been called for it tonight, Todd. And this time it really is going to cost them, because now Concord will go from the 41 all the way down to about the 25-yard line. Make that the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 20. And change of pace here as Concord gives it to Tyler Colby, the short 5'5", 150-pound junior.
Nice play by Josh Hardy to come up and fill that hole for a 3-yard loss. 2nd and long here. Amador Valley really needs to bear down if they want to stay in this game.
Concord once again knocking on the door. They're coming close to the red zone. 2nd and 13. Morrow with the fake handoff. Now rolling out to his right, trying to get away from tacklers. He spins off of one tackle, still on his feet, but he was stumbling after contact, and then he is brought down.
Josh Pease leading the way for Amador.
As Josh Pease, the man credited for the tackle on the quarterback Morrow, coming up limping and now falling to a knee for Amador Valley is number 33, that being Josh Hardy. And Oh, man, if Amador Valley loses him, that's going to be a costly loss because Hardy has done a really good job of coming up hard on these run plays and filling the holes.
Yeah, their senior leader, Josh Hardy's been making fills all over the field trying to contain Alito Thompson. That's definitely a guy that the Dons cannot afford to miss here.
Official spot to the 27-yard
Looks like he's going to, well, they're taking him off the field. He's limping just a little bit. Let's see if he can come back for the end of this game. That would be a big loss for the Dons.
3rd and 17 now for Concord. That's quite a ways. Ball backed up to their own 27-yard line after the good pursuit and tackle for loss by the Dons defense on the previous play. Clock ticking down within 20 seconds, under 20 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Morrow in the backfield. He's joined by both Olito Thompson and Manoa. Manoa blocking for Thompson, who runs to his right, down the sidelines, and is pushed out of bounds by number 71, that being Robert Ferris, who's out there in replace of Josh Hardy. Robert Ferris, 6'2", 220 junior, pushes Thompson out of bounds to stop the clock with 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. It'll be a gain of 4 yards, and now the ball's placed at the AV 23-yard line. 24-yard line, make that. 4th and 13. And you know Concord's going for it. Morrow looking to his right. Lofts one up. Ball in the air. And it's going to be a flag. And I'm guessing this is going to be a pass interference call against Amador Valley. The pass was intended for Brian Maneku.
Referees are discussing it. We might have a flag picked up on this one, which would be a huge play on 4th and 14. It would be turnover on downs. Let's find out what they call.
Morrow just lobbing it up for his receiver there.
Nope, pass interference.
And it is a pass interference.
What a huge play. What a huge penalty.
Yeah.
On 4th and 14, just lobbing it up there to Brian Moanukwu. And he really had no shot at it. The ball was underthrown. The defender was there, but I guess they're saying he was face guarding. A little too much contact. Gives him a half distance to the goal line and an automatic first down. Huge penalty against the Dons.
Yeah, there were 2 Don defenders there, and both of them got pretty connected before the ball was even in the area. It's a call that could have went both ways. I definitely could see their justification for making that call. Morrow fakes does give it off to Thompson, left side, touchdown! And the Concord Minutemen, just like that, within the last minute of the third quarter, get a score to take the lead, and the momentum is fully on their side now. 14-10 the score. Concord out on top in front of their hometown crowd.
What a third quarter for the Minutemen, erasing a 10-0 deficit in 12 minutes to take a 14-10 lead.
Concord going for 2.
And Concord once again will be going for 2. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions thus far. And Olito, well, I guess that'll be my call. Holy Toledo, look at Olito as he now is responsible for all 16 points put on the board by the Concord Minutemen. 16-10 the score, and Concord ups their lead to 6.
I tell you, Mike, I'm not sure what their coach told them at halftime or what they had of Capri Suns or Gatorade or something, whatever it was, gave them some power for this second half because they came out like gangbusters, and Dons don't know what hit them. Let's see if they can come back in the fourth quarter here.
I have a fan asking me for a De La Salle score. We'll try to get it. I think he likes my Holy Toledo, look at Olito call. He must be a Bill King fan. I kind of bit off him a little bit, not too much. So, boys, I want to let you know I'm talking to the announcer crews here. If you guys say that, remember, credit me with the reference on that, the Holy Toledo, look at Olito. They like the wood shop one earlier. I'll try to see if I can come up with another clever call here. That's right. So that is a great way to end the quarter, though. Taking the lead at home. And not only taking the lead, but making it to where a touchdown is necessary for the Dons to get back in it. How about a quick announcement really quick?
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. That's a school broadcast program on Play On Sports.
Thank you. Onside kick here to start the fourth quarter. Ball bouncing around. It may be the Minutemen that have possession. They're sure signaling that they do, but the referees are trying to get down to the middle of it. Some more pushing and shoving ensuing between players, especially number 2, Kevin Nags, who does have the ball. It is Amador Valley who is in possession of the ball at the bottom of the pile. And the Concord fans do not like that call, not one bit.
Concord High.
It's raining boos here in the 925.
They are not too happy out here in the Concord sideline. Thought they had their second onside kick of the night recovered by their kicking team, but the Amador Valley Dons do kick over, down 6.
1st and 10 now for Amador Valley. They're going to really have to try to get something going here. It is worth it to note that Amador Valley is without one of their starting linemen, as Travis Chubb got injured or was injured earlier in this game. He's now on crutches on the sidelines. It's Moreno who keeps it himself here for this first play of this drive, and he runs to his left and picks up about half of the yardage necessary towards getting a first down. Manoa making the tackle for Concord. It'll be 2nd down now and 5, or maybe I don't know if that's a 5 or a 6 on the scoreboard there. And what do you know, the sprinklers coming onto the field. Whoever the groundskeeper crew is for Concord, they're going to get a little lecture at this one when this one's all said and done. I've never seen this. Some players here on the Concord bench taking the opportunity to run into them.
And it's only on the Concord sideline. We'll see if that has an effect on the weight of their uniforms, all waterlogged.
Oh, yeah, this is a good song right here with all the guys in their wet jerseys. Oh, boy.
Might have a wet
craziness ensuing here in Concord. 16-10 the score. How about you? Let's take an announcement right now while we have a time in the action. 11:27 left to go in this contest. We're in the fourth quarter. Concord leading by 6.
I don't think it's for Concord Plumbing, but here's an announcement anyway. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every single week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And all I keep thinking about with this song played and the sprinklers going off is just a slow motion of a Concord player guy just taking off his helmet and whiplashing his head and just the water dripping from his jersey. And I mean,
that's a little too much information.
I know, straight out of like a video though, right? Oh my goodness.
Now we got the water under control. Let's get back to some football.
Yeah, now we're back to some real live football action. 16-10 is your score. Amador Valley with the ball, trying to mount a comeback drive here. 2nd and 5 at their own 47-yard line, just shy of midfield. And I think Amador Valley might have got a little jumpy there.
It looked like everybody knew the snap count except for the center. Everybody took off except the center didn't snap it. That wipes out the 5-yard gain by Moreno.
And that's where kind of when I jumped the gun with my touchdown call earlier, as a receiver, you got to look at the center and wait until that ball is snapped before you take off. I don't care if you think you're supposed to go at that time. You always got to look at the ball. So it's now, instead of 2nd and 5, 2nd and 10 for the Dons. Moreno thought about passing and then gives the delay handoff to his man Colby. Make that Kyle Greenan, I believe.
Peters.
Is it Peters?
Yeah, 23.
I thought it was 20 on the carry.
He was lucky to get 3 yards on that play. The Minutemen had it stopped at the line of scrimmage even before that, but Peters was able to break away and at least get some positive yardage on it, making it a 3rd and manageable at least here.
Right. 3rd and 8 is what it shows on the scoreboard here, a 2-yard gain. Ball now placed at the 44-yard line of Amador Valley. 4 receiver set, 2 receivers to each side. Peters in the backfield with Moreno. Moreno stepping up, down throwing a deep ball down the middle of the field, and it is knocked out of the hands of the intended target. Daniel Golden making a great defensive play on the pass intended for, I believe, number 11, that being Grant Miller. It was a deep post route and a pretty good ball thrown by Moreno. First off, he had to step up to avoid the heavy blitz pressure, and then he threw a pretty good pass. Miller gets the ball deflected out of his hands at just the right time by Daniel Golden. He looked golden on that coverage. No mistaking in that. It'll now be 4th and 8 for the Dons. Ball on their own 44-yard line, and with 10:24 left to go in this contest, Amador Valley decides to go with the punt here and try to pin Concord deep. They feel that they can get the ball back. Concord has scored in both of their possessions here in this second half. The punt will roll out of bounds, stopping the clock at 10:18.
At the Concord 36, 1st and 10 Minutemen.
And the refs will spot it at the Concord 36-yard line. Pretty good play there by Golden, huh? I thought that was going to be a completion down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a really nice pass and a nice effort by Miller, but Golden stayed and was not going to let that ball be complete. It was an excellent play.
And the first play here on this third drive for Concord in this second half. They're looking to make their third drive in the second half a charm. Their first 2 have been scores. It was a run to Olito Thompson. He gets the handling duties on that first play and picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 now at their own 37-yard line for Concord. A crowded backfield with Morrow. He fakes to give, passes to his left, completes it to Tyler Bates, or Alex Bates, I'm sorry. Number 24 makes the catch along the near sideline, and then he is pushed out of bounds by Parker Newman.
Really nice play there by Wyatt Morrow, rolling to his left and throwing across his body, an absolute strike to Alex Bates, just short of the first down.
Yeah, good job of Morrow of going up to get the high snap. A handoff to Olito Thompson, running along the left hash lines, and Olito Thompson picks up the easy first down there and places the ball into Amador Valley territory, getting past midfield.
The Minutemen just look like a totally different team offensively in this second half.
Thompson with his helmet off on the sidelines for this play, as it's the little guy, Tyler Colby, getting the carry there and getting his number called. And Colby comes close to picking up the first down. He picks up 8 on that run. 2nd and 2, Twins to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield, those being Colby and Manoa. Toss to Colby, and Colby's showing some good feet work, good agility there, putting on some moves on the toss route, or to toss run, and it will be a first down for Concord.
Nice job of running there by Tyler Colby, back-to-back runs. The little 5'5" speedster gets lost behind the big lineman, and he runs really hard for a guy his size.
Yeah, he reminds me of a running back I'll be watching tomorrow live, that being Isi Sofele. I'll be at the Cal opener tomorrow against Nevada, and Sofele kind of same back, small guy but pretty shifty and isn't afraid to run into contact like Colby there on this play. Colby going up the middle and still pushing and pushing. He's like the little engine that could, as he kept his feet chugging despite being driven back by the Dons defense. It will be a positive gain there once again for Colby and this Concord offense. 2 yards picked up by Colby on that run up the middle. Makes 2nd and 8 for the Minutemen at the Amador Valley 38-yard line.
Nice job by Colby, giving Olito Thompson a nice little blow. Coming in fresh after 3 plays off.
Twins tight here along the near sideline. 1 receiver way out there to the right side all by himself. Wyatt Morrow fakes to give to Olito Thompson and rushes to his left. The quarterback keeper worked okay. I wouldn't say it was a complete success. There was some yards picked up, but then a good tackle by Amador Valley rather quickly. If anything, it'll be a yard or two gained on the quarterback keeper there by Morrow. It'll be a yard picked up by Morrow. 3rd and 7 now, ball placed at the Amador Valley 35-yard line. Some jumbling going on here as players coming on and off the field. Off the field will be Ronnie Allgood. Coming onto the field, there's some receivers, and now Y. Manoa. He'll be used as the fullback. He's just to the right of Morrow. Morrow, play action give, and the ball picked up off the ground. Daniel Golden trying to do his best improvisational routine there. He figured maybe the refs wouldn't see me scoop it off the ground, start running, but that was an easily incomplete pass. I saw that way from the beginning up top.
A little bit of confusion leading up to that play by Concord. Surprised they didn't call timeout there. Now it's a 4th down. And obviously they'll be going for it again. But a big play coming up here for Amador Valley. If they can stop them here and get the ball back, they still have plenty of time left to get a chance at the lead.
Yeah, low pass. It skipped to the dirt. Incomplete. 4th and 7. Looking for a target there. He was looking for his big guy, Brandon Maneku.
And they turn it over on downs, and Amador Valley gets a chance to
make that Brian Maneku. And yeah, you're right. The 4th down conversion stalled. That was not a conversion at all. 4th and 7, they look for Maneku along the near sideline. He cannot make the catch on what was a pretty poorly thrown ball by Wyatt Morrow. And so now with 7:08 left to go in this contest, Amador Valley will take to the field with their offense and see if they can mount a comeback drive. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dons at their own 35-yard line. Moreno, quick give to Peters, who finds some room along the left side and then is tripped up. Peters tripped up just a couple yards short of the first down.
Nice burst there by Peters. He had a little bit of a hole, and he hit it with reckless abandon. Picked up 7 yards on first down there. Good start to this drive by the Dons.
Yeah, he shot out like a cannon, didn't he?
Sure did.
As soon as he got that ball. 2nd and 2 now. Twins here to the near side. One receiver to the left. And it's a give once again. Peters. And Peters pounding that ball up the middle, saying, we've got a good running back here. I can run just as hard up the middle as your guys.
Yeah, for a guy who rarely leaves the field, Sam Peters is sure playing hard here in the 4th quarter, running like he's just starting the game fresh.
He's reminding me of a back that I saw 2 years ago with Amador Valley, or 3 years ago, that being Dalton Teray. I nicknamed him the D-Train back in the day because he always ran hard up the middle. It's Moreno scrambling to his left here, and now reverses course, runs to his right. Wow. He's calling receivers to run towards closer to him, and the ball is in and out of the hands of the intended target. Parker Newman not being able to hold on to that throw by Moreno. Moreno improvising himself there on that play, doing a good job as he originally rolled out to his left, avoided a sack, reversed field, came to his right, called an audible, said move over, go, 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 and an in route to receiver Newman, who couldn't quite make the catch.
And he hit him right in the chest after all of that too, and his receiver couldn't pick him up on that play. That's got to be frustrating for a quarterback. He did everything but catch the ball himself.
That's right. 2nd and 10 now for the Dons. Their own 49-yard line, and it's Peters still keeping those leagues moving.
Trying the middle of the Minuteman line. Baylor pushing him back. Golden and Bates.
Actually, I'm sorry. That was Alejandro Apodaca on the carry.
2-yard gain to the 47. 3rd down.
But speaking of Dalton Teray, Teray had 2 touchdowns in yesterday's 41-3 blowout win for his UC Davis Aggies. They blew out Azusa Pacific last night on what was the official college football kickoff night. A couple games that took place last night on a Thursday.
The D-Train.
Yeah, the D-Train. He was quite the man to watch for Amador Valley. 3rd and 8, and Moreno trying to escape another sack, and he cannot do so. It started with heavy pressure up the middle from Concord. They wrapped up on his legs immediately, and while his legs were being wrapped up, he was trying to get out of it, but he couldn't do so, and eventually he fell back and was sacked.
Great job by number 7, Andrew Trimble, for the Minutemen. Would not let go of the quarterback Moreno's legs if his life depended on it. He was not letting him out of his grasp, and eventually the rest of the Minutemen came and cleaned him up and forced a 4th down. And they're going to have to punt with only almost less than 5 minutes left here. Michael, we're getting pretty good.
Loctite grip there by Trimble on his feet. Right now, Amador Valley in punt situation. We'll see if they follow through, and the punt nearly blocked by Concord. Amador Valley did punt the ball, but almost blocked by Y. Manoa. A low line drive punt that rolls out of bounds, stops the clock with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left, giving the ball back to the Minutemen, who lead 16-10 here on their home turf. We're live from the campus of Concord High School, off of Concord Boulevard. And it's the boys in green and gold leading over the boys in purple and gold by a margin of 6. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Minutemen at their own 30-yard line. Morrow looking to the sideline for his duties on this play. It's a toss left to Olito Thompson. Flags fly early. Thompson has paydirt. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Concord. Holy Toledo, a touchdown for Olito, but I think that's going to be all for naught, as it was a holding call to my knowledge. We'll see. Yes, it is a holding call early before that run could really get established by Olito. The fans not digging it because it takes a touchdown away, but that is the right call.
Yeah, it did look like Jacob Daines had a hold of one of the defenders. And unfortunately, that might have been a little behind the play. Not sure if that was the block that sprang Olito, but boy, did that guy come out like a rocket. Unfortunately for the Minutemen, that one is coming back.
Olito Thompson finding that first true but like I said, it's all for naught as the holding penalty takes it away and backs him up 10 to go on top of it. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now for the Concord Minutemen. Ball at their own 20-yard line. Morrow, the quick give to Tyler Colby, who runs along the right side and it is brought down in a hurry by the men up front for the Dons.
Amador Ashley once again leading the way.
It's Dominic Ashley making the tackle.
4-yard pickup to the 24.
This was one of the big games to watch, not only in the East Bay, but throughout the entire Bay Area, as the Chronicle had been talking about this being a matchup as Amador Valley moved into the top 25 rankings. They were not there prior to last week's game against Freedom, but after their win against Freedom, they moved in, became the 16th ranked team. Concord, who was already in the top 25 mix, moved up further in the list after their big win against Kennedy of Fremont. 2nd and 16 for the Minutemen, and it's Y. Manoa
pushed outside by the middle of the line.
Rushing to his right.
Might have a fumble.
And we might have a fumble, or at least that's what they're signaling some of the players for Amador Valley. But the refs aren't signaling the same. They are saying he was down. The ball did not come loose before he was down, so therefore it'll be a loss of 4, 3rd and 16.
Third down.
Olito Thompson coming back into the ball game after running 80 yards. He had to take a couple plays off. But as you mentioned, these teams highly ranked here in the Bay Area, and this game certainly hasn't disappointed. This has been a great game on both sides, well played. Everybody's playing their hearts out, tackling well, running hard, and playing the game cleanly, which is nice to see.
And a false start penalty against Concord, and now they're starting to make costly penalties at the wrong time. A mirror image of what we saw from Amador Valley earlier in this game is now a couple penalties have taken away what would have been probably the deafening blow in this game as far as a touchdown's concerned. And now it's just backing them up further and further into their own territory. It'll be 3rd and 25 for the Minutemen. Ball at their own 15-yard line. The quick give to Olito Thompson, who's still on his feet after getting the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. Olito Thompson with a powerful run there. Took some defenders with him, and Amador Valley with another man down. They cannot escape the injury bug out there on the field tonight. That's about 3 or 4 guys now, Todd, that we've seen go down with injury for Amador Valley.
Yeah, hopefully this one isn't too serious. Alito made mincemeat of that defense on that play, and he almost broke that one as well. Luckily, one of the safeties for Amador Valley was able to hold him from breaking out for a touchdown, and in fact, keeping it 4th down, not even allowing him to get the first down. But yeah, it's been a hard-fought game. Both these teams have played incredibly hard, and early in the season, you're going to see a lot of guys going down, pulled muscles, cramps, things like that. It looks like this Don player, I can't see the number, but hopefully he'll be all right. He's up on his backside now.
Clock stops here due to the injury.
And it's number 52, Jordan Mast, who's being helped off the field.
2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in what has been an exciting back and forth contest. First half, all Amador Valley. This second half, controlled by Concord.
Wow, they're going for it here on their own 30-yard line.
And they are going to go for it. Remember, this is a team that doesn't like to punt or kick field goals often. They'd much rather go for it. That's their style of play. They kind of resemble their coach in that aspect, as Coach Ham, one of those just hard-nosed guys that feels his team always has the best shot to pick up a first down or to score. It'll be 4th and 9 for Concord. Ball at their own 31-yard line. Clock still stopped at 2:42, and there we go. Now it's going to start rolling again. And like you said, Todd, this is a gutsy call.
Timeout, Amador.
And now Amador Valley's going to call a timeout.
I'm a little bit surprised. I know they're not used to kicking here. I mean, there's still the possibility they do a quick kick from their quarterback, which we saw earlier in the game, but from your own 30-yard line in a 6-point game, that certainly would be a gutsy call, Michael.
And I haven't kept track, but I've got to say they're, 0 for 3 or maybe 1 for 3 on 4th down so far tonight. Their conversion rate is not that good.
And
we've seen a couple drives stalled from going for it on 4th down and not getting it.
And it's not 4th and short either. I mean, we're talking 4th and 9.5 here. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do.
How about an announcement really quick while we're in a timeout? 2:37 left to go in this quarter, in this game. 16-10, Concord leading by 6.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
And that's right, we'll be covering every single championship in every sport in all of pretty much Northern California. Central Coast section, North Coast section, Sac Joaquin section, those are locked. And they do end up punting it, does Concord. They thought wisely about it after taking advantage of the timeout from their opponent, the Amador Valley Dons. It was a high punt that bounced it around the 35-yard line and never really rolled anywhere from that. So clock stops with 2:25 now left to go here in this game. Amador Valley will start from their own 34-yard line.
From their 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, here we go. This is their ball game. It's 2:25 left, a 6-point game. Amador Valley shut out so far in the second half. Let's see if they can get things going.
Robert Liu, the sophomore with his helmet off, trying to wave his arms and get this crowd into it. 1st and 10. It's Moreno with time down the field, and he overthrows his intended target there. That being Parker Newman. Moreno had time. He had a good little pocket in which to work with, and he just maybe put a little bit too much zip on that pass intended for Newman. It sailed over the outstretched reach of Newman, and so now it'll be 2nd and 10. And here you go. Here you hear the Concord faithful getting loud, supporting their Minutemen with a defense chant. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 34, it remains. Trips to the right side, one receiver to the left. A delayed draw into the hands of Peter from the quarterback Moreno. And Peter's lucky if he gets back to the original line of scrimmage there. Actually he will get past the original line of scrimmage and then pick up about 1 to 2 yards.
Yeah, I guess it was a good idea by the Dons trying to sneak in a quick draw there, but the Concord High School Minutemen were not fooled on that play.
It'll now be 3rd and 9. It was a gain of only 1. And player personnel issues for Concord. They just luckily got their man off the field in time, that being number 7. And now some jumbulation in the backfield between Moreno and his running back Peters as he ran into his running back and then kept a hold of the ball, trying to elude pressure. He lunged to his left and was brought down in the backfield.
What a great play by Brian Muekwu. What an unbelievable play. One-on-one with the quarterback running full speed, was able to grab onto him and hold on for dear life, making an open field tackle that basically saved the first down from the Dons. And that forces a 4th and long. Unbelievable individual effort by the tight end outside linebacker, number 88.
And so, after that unsuccessful 3rd down, it is going to be 4th and 9, and Amador Valley calls what is now their last timeout. They take their last timeout in this game, 1:32, and so now if they want to mount any kind of comeback, they're going to have to get a first down and then just keep it rolling. They might have to spike the ball a couple times as they can no longer call any more timeouts. And give me your take here of what you've seen tonight, Todd.
I'm just saying all the credit, you got to give all the credit to Concord. They had a terrible first half, but they hung in there. The crowd got into it a little bit, as they are right now, and they battled, and they deserve this win, but they still got 1:32 to go, and if they can get the stop here on 4th down, then they'll seal the victory.
Can we see some Moreno magic here? 4th and 9, ball on their own 35-yard line. Moreno looking deep down the near sideline. He has a man, and it's knocked away. Daniel Golden coming up large once again. As that ball intended for the same target that Moreno's been locked onto all night, and that probably could have been the reason why that was unsuccessful too. He needs to look for someone
Grant
new.
Miller and Daniel Golden have been going at it all day, number 10 and number 11 for the Minutemen and the Dons. And once again, Daniel Golden comes up with the upper hand, knocking the ball away at the last possible second, even though Grant Miller had a step. An unbelievable recovery by Golden, and once again, an unbelievable play by number 10, who's got to be your defensive player of the game.
And it's safe to say with no timeouts left that Concord is just going to easily take a knee and win this game. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to waste as much time as they can. And what a comeback, capped off by the Concord Minutemen. Trailed 10-0 at halftime. It seemed as if Olito Thompson would never get things going in this ball game. Amador Valley had controlled him pretty good, contained him pretty well in the first half. And then the second half gets opened with an onside kick by the Concord Minutemen, in which they recovered. And on their first drive in the second half, there was an interception with a pretty good return after the interception, but there was a penalty against the Amador Valley Dons, a roughing the passer call, which gave Concord the ball back, and they would take advantage and score, as some good tough runs by Manoa got him deep into the position for their man Olito Thompson to punch in. He was successful in the 2-point conversion. They forced Amador Valley into a 4-and-out, or 3-and-out, and then they got the ball back, and what do you know? The same thing on the second drive. Some good runs by Olito Thompson, and he was able to punch it in again and score on the 2-point conversion. And that is how this game wraps up. 16-10 is your final as the final seconds tick off the scoreboard. And it'll be the Concord Minutemen that stay undefeated, not only at home but throughout their regular season. 2-0 are the Minutemen early in this season. Meanwhile, the Amador Valley Dons, with their first road contest of the season, fall to 0-1 on the road, 1-1 overall. A tough defeat for the Dons here in the city of Concord.
We'll see you here in 2
Stay
weeks.
tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up right after this break.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from
He
Dion.
took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
Holy cow!
can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline